In life, when you're trying to accomplish something and you've got a big goal, if you want to see how you're doing, you have to measure your progress, right? So I did put a video out that showed me playing a year ago and then up to the current day. And that does show a little bit of progress, although it's a little biased because I controlled what I showed. I do think it's important, however, to get somebody else's perspective, like a mentor, a pro, somebody who's really skilled in what you're trying to learn. So my goal is to be a rock star, and that's a big goal. And probably the biggest part of that goal is learning to play the guitar well enough that I can then use my guitar skills to ascend to rock stardom. In this video, we're gonna check with my guitar instructor and see what he thinks about where I'm at in my guitar playing journey. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, yes, I have this goal, and why not? There's only so many years left in life. This is not a midlife crisis thing. Okay, maybe it is. Before we have Rick give me my grades, I want to do a little bit of grading of myself. One thing that's nice is I've essentially set up the report card myself. That is a benefit of doing something like this on your own channel. This is not my guitar instructor's report card. This is not the report card of a man who's been playing the guitar since he's been like 13, been given lessons since I think he was 15. He's been teaching guitar for almost 40 years, I think. This is not his report card. I'm just, making him participate in my shenanigans, okay? So what's on my report card? There are 8 metrics I'm grading myself on, and then we're gonna see what Rick grades me. Like, how does he grade me on these same metrics? First metric, guitar comfort level. Is the student capable of performing the various guitar techniques such as sliding, bends, vibratos, finger picking, alternate picking, pinch harmonics, etc.? I think on this one, I'm gonna give myself a B minus, or maybe a B flat. I feel good with the bending. I still sometimes bend and then when I come down, the other string makes a sound. So I gotta work on that. There's a slow one. So I'm gonna give myself a B minus. Here's Rick. Is the student capable of performing various guitar techniques such as sliding, bends, vibratos, finger picking, alternate picking, pinch harmonics, etc.?
Yes, Chris can do all those things and more.
Oh, wow. Nice. So is it hard to grade that though? Or is it something is it pass, fail?
Yeah, really good question. So let's use just vibrato as an example. If somebody has never done vibrato before, they're just gonna go like this, so that's probably a far cry from, But then you have everything is, subjective, personal taste. Do you want a big Zach Wild vibrato, whatever, that kind of stuff, or do you want a nice smooth? So then there's, varying degrees of vibrato. I could say, it's like, maybe work on this, maybe work on that.
So you would just say, I get a pass.
I would say, to me, vibrato and bending the pitch are like the non-negotiable things. Like if you walk into a club on a Saturday night, I don't care if the guitar player's playing fast, if he's playing slow, if he has a good tone, if he has whatever. But if he's not been in a pitch, like the notes are flat or sharp, and if the vibrato is really pretty bad, then it's like, maybe you should work on those things. You know?
Okay.
So let's say outside pass with the added thing of like, yeah, just keep refining it till you're really satisfied.
Okay. All right. My second metric on my report card: guitar rhythm capability. Is the student proficient in playing in rhythm? Because I do sometimes work on songs, but I don't work on songs as much so that I would get an A on this. And I actually have a reason for that, but I'll go over that later. I should probably give myself a C or a C+, but I know I have to work better at that. What's basically been going on this whole year of taking guitar lessons is I spend a lot of time just playing around on my guitar, but also a lot of time trying to come up with my own stuff, my own riffs. And the last 2 months, I've been doing a lot more songwriting, trying to put together my own songs. And basically with the limited time I have to do all this, because again, I still have a job and relationships that I like to, spend time with my wife and my kids and stuff. I've decided, well, if you want to be a rock star, learn some songs to learn technique and to practice. But I feel like I have to spend time on writing and learning that process. And I just feel like I have to do it now and I can't put it off. So that's my justification for why I'm not doing so well in the rhythm area here. And that's why I'm giving myself a B-. Maybe it should be a C+. I'm gonna give myself a C+. Or should it be a C sharp?
Overall, it's really good. Definitely come a long way, I would say, in last year. I would say the main thing would be just really locking in the tight grooves, if you want to call it that, like playing, obviously on the beat and stuff. But what I mean is that when some people play, instead of going like really tight, it might be, like it's just a little bit off the beat and stuff. So,
okay, yeah.
So, but yeah, I think it's definitely come a long way.
The third metric, guitar god appreciation. It's an important metric. It definitely should be on the report card, in my opinion. Again, my channel, I can do that. Does the student worship and understand the special and spiritual significance of the guitar gods? And I do. I'm a huge fan of Jimmy Page, Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Eddie Van Halen. Oh, in fact, I've got tickets to Buckethead. Come on, if you're going to Buckethead, you appreciate the guitar gods. I gotta think. So I'm gonna give myself an A- on this one.
I would say so. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I have a student who named Paul, who we've been talking about for years, if he's worthy of the Jimmy Page dragon pants. And someday when he passes the final layer of rock, whatever, then he gets the dragon pants. So yeah.
The fourth metric, attendance and practice. Does the student attend all lessons, and do they follow lesson assignments, and do they practice on their own time? That should be on a report card. You got to come to your guitar lessons and you have to practice. And I'm going to give myself a B. I did miss several lessons. For the longest time they were remote because I was living in Portugal and my instructor is in Minnesota. The lessons he'd give me, I would practice them, but probably not the level I should have been. But I do feel very confident that I have practiced. I have not missed playing the guitar. I have not missed practicing the guitar in well over a year in terms of every single day. I'm sitting down and playing, and I know I'm getting at least an hour, but I'm probably averaging about 2 hours a day. I just like doing it.
Yeah, I would say you're awesome about practicing regularly. I know you practice an hour or more every day, even when you've been traveling, which is super cool. Travel guitar.
Yeah.
I think you've missed some lessons, but that's you obviously lived in a different country and you've been traveling, so I don't. That's not as big a deal to me. In fact, that's a good thing to talk about because I've had some people show up for all their lessons but don't practice as much at home.
Yeah.
That's worse. I'd rather they stay home and practice more consistently. So yeah, so I think you get a good
All right.
grade on that one.
The fifth metric, music theory and guitar knowledge. Does the student have a grasp on music theory? Is the student familiar with the notes on the fretboard? Do they know the core chords and scale progressions? I believe that's the G major scale, I believe. So then A. That's A major. So that's the major scale, G in a different pattern. I didn't end it on the root note. So those are the things I guess I kind of know. Well, I know. But yeah, there's a ton of stuff I don't know. I'm sort of getting to where the notes are on the fretboard, but I still have to think. It's not like I can just jump to it. And then the chords, you know, E, okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You know, I know those. So with that, I'm going to give myself an F plus.
I would say some of the fundamental things that you need to know. I think you know like this is a G power chord, and you know this is a A minor pentatonic scale and that kind of stuff. If we got into deeper stuff, like play a C sharp Phrygian scale, then maybe not.
F.
But that's okay because it's one thing at a time. So yeah.
The sixth metric. Ooh, that's hard to say. Solo mastering and face melting. Does the student possess the crafty skills to solo in a way that brings either astonished face melting due to rapid onslaught of notes, what a sentence, or do they solo in such a way that the tears flow from the emotions triggered by the complex melodic joy/sadness produced? You know what? I'm just gonna see if I can make you guys cry. Be honest, were any tears? Anybody? just a little bit like, oh, I have to say that I was enjoying that. I wanted to keep going. I felt I screwed up. Well, I did screw up horribly in one spot where I was in the wrong key. I goofed up. That's where I'm at with the soloing and the face melting or the evoking emotion. So, yeah, what do I give myself as a grade for that? I'm gonna give myself a C-, partially because I still don't know a lot about music theory. So knowing where to go next and what to do next, yeah, I got a lot to learn there.
I think some of your solos are definitely starting to head that way.
Cool.
You had the some of the cool blues stuff you did, and I think was it Pink Floyd backing track?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting concept. Try to melt some faces with the guitar.
The 7th metric, song mastery. Does the student possess the crafty skills to learn and play the songs that are the pillars of rockdom? Here's the thing, not the entire song. I've learned parts of Stairway to Heaven, Little Wing. Little Wing. I think I got it. I think I'm getting there. And then it's a lot harder to play when the camera's on. I can't imagine trying to play that live at this time. I have not mastered songs. I am not a master of playing the pillars of rockdom. I'm gonna give myself a C- on this one. It's like I feel like I can kind of do a lot of the stuff, although I've never tried to tackle a solo yet, played by like Jimmy Page or something. So C-.
Yeah, I'd say the ones that I've been giving you, you've been doing great on.
Awesome. So I get a pass then, right?
Pass.
The last thing on my report card, the 8th metric, overall guitar etiquette and lesson behavior. Does the student respect the guitar and its various components? Does the student respect other rockers' guitars? Does the student treat his or her guitar as a special vessel that transcends their object form and becomes an extension of their emotional presence? I'm gonna give myself an A because I really love my guitars. I've named them, like this one's Garvey. That one's Getty back there. I feel the devotion just really, it's there and it's strong. It's like I want more guitars. It's like I want to adopt more guitars to make sure they have a loving home. The fact that I'm even talking like this, yes. I very much respect the instrument. Treat it nicely.
I would say yes, and then I'm sure once in a while it's good to pick your guitar and like abuse it a little bit, like in a rock sense. I'm sure you did that, so so I'd say yes and no, but both good.
All right.
Good acquisition.
Sweet. All right. Well, thanks, man.
Yeah.
High fives. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you liked what you saw. If you want to make some comments on the grades that I gave myself or that Rick gave me, please let me know below. Most importantly, subscribe to follow along on this journey. I need support. I need people like you.